Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Santina. I retired in April of 2025 and now travel the US full-time in my Ford Transit 250 no-build. Good morning. It's September 4th. It's about 6 a.m. and I'm just walking up to the beach at the Lighthouse State Park, Cape May Lighthouse State Park. Kind of seeing the ocean for the first time. I mean, I did walk down to the beach yesterday when I was at the lighthouse, but I didn't go to the water's edge. I didn't take a walk along the ocean. I didn't stay on the beach and read like I thought I would. I was just feeling really tired. Not necessarily from the drive. It was only 3 hours, but just tired. It's windy here, so I'm not going to record much, but I am on the beach this morning getting in my 10,000 steps. I almost want to dig him up to see how big he is, but I'm a little frightened of him, so I think I'll leave him alone. I got brave and I shone my phone flashlight into one of those big holes, and it was that little normal looking crab, that little tiny one in the last frame or whatever, that was in there. I don't know if he's the one that built the hole, but that's who was in there. Yep, there he is. See? That's who was in there. He's so small compared to the hole. I thought was talking to the seagull. I think she was checking out whether he was injured or not. It appears that he is, so she's calling it in. That's really nice. I think I'm at the easternmost tip of New Jersey. I think that's what this flag represents. Let's see. I'm not mistaken, and I very well could be, because I really haven't done Cape May in my lifetime. This is the beginning of kind of the civilization part of Cape May, where the town is and all the places that people can stay for vacation, rental properties, etc. And then they have restaurants, etc. So we're gonna take a walk down this street and then we'll probably walk back. But look at this beautiful view of architecture-less land up until the lighthouse. Wind is kind of blowing my arms around when I'm taking photographs, so they're kind of... The brain isn't working this morning. Yeah, my hands aren't steady because of the wind, and I haven't had coffee or any breakfast or anything. But it reminds me of Assateague, and that's why I love these places, the state parks rather than the towns, because they don't have hotels or condos or homes on the land. It's just the land and nature and you, and it was fantastic being out on the beach practically alone this morning. I gotta watch where I'm walking because I'm in really rough sand and it's easy to trip. Alright, so this is the promenade, but I think they also call it the Palisade. I'm not sure. This is the beginning of it. This is a little too people for me. See, I've seen memorial benches before, but never with flowers. Seems to be a tradition here. This really is not for me. Oh, there's someone's bathing suit, for goodness sake. I think I'm gonna turn around and walk back on the beach. There were a couple of places that I wanted to visit on this promenade or palisade or whatever this part of town is called. But I discovered them on one of those maps that has a really cutesy map drawing with the town's businesses delineated on them. You know, they draw the little roofs of the shop and then they have an arrow pointing to the shop with the name. And a couple of places that I wanted to visit, but I don't have the map with me, so I don't know which ones they were. So we'll come back. Walking back along the same path that I came. Oh, there's crabs again. And I'm looking for my footprints, and I have a very distinctive tread on my sneaker. And I literally cannot see my footprints going the other way in the sand. It's like I never made the trek. I did. I walked on this very shore. And I do not see my footprints. And it's not like the waves have washed it away, because the tide is coming in, I believe. But the tide is at low tide right now. And my footprints do not exist on this beach. How freaky is that? I did not walk in the soft sand. I walked in this hard sand. So here, I'll show you what my footprint looks like right now. And that's the distinct, that's not a very good one actually. Let me make another one. That's not a good one. Maybe that's why I can't recognize it. So my footprint is kind of these little boxes. That's the one I just made. Here, I'll make another one. See the boxes? And if you look at the footprints on the beach in front of me, none of them have that boxy tread. but not further back. And that's the semi-palmated sandpiper. Isn't that what it looked like? I thought so. On our way back to the van. This sand is much harder to walk in. I left at 6:15 this morning. I walked, it's 8 o'clock now. So I walked for an hour and 45 minutes, which is a good amount. I don't know if I'm assuming I got my 10,000 steps in. I have no idea. Slightly out of breath. Really nice walk. Practically the only person on the beach today. Saw a couple of couples. Family down there. That's where the shoes belong to. Other than that, didn't see anyone on the beach till I got to that palisade, promenade, whatever it's called. Yeah, I'd much rather not do people, at least this morning. There's the van. Yesterday, I didn't feel like sitting on the beach and reading. I was surprised by that because that's what I like to do when I come to the shore. Today I do feel like it, and I had planned to do a couple of things. One, take a walk, which I just did. Two, go directly to my gym to work out with weights, and then check out some other lighthouses in New Jersey. There are 4 others that are along the southern coast of New Jersey that I've never seen before. I don't feel like doing that. Now I just feel like sitting on the beach and reading. We'll see. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do. Decisions. I am being stalked by a seagull. Lazing around on the beach, which is what I feel like doing. I am done with the beach for today. I'm probably sunburned and my hair is probably really goofy. It's hard to see in this light, but I'm back in the van. In the same parking spot as I lucked out to get yesterday, because in the afternoon it gets shade from these trees out here. Now, let's see what time it is. It's 1:46 and there isn't shade yet, but there hopefully will be soon. I have my front window cover up. The sides aren't getting too much sun, so I'm not going to worry about them, but the front definitely was. This side is definitely getting some sun, but there is a nice breeze. And then I opened the back. Oh, my screen's not closed. It's not buggy, but since I have a bug screen, I might as well use it. Kind of flaps around in the breeze. It's not attached on the bottom, but I don't think it's going to let any bugs in, and it just opens to this bit of forest here and lots of privacy. I never feel motivated to work on the van. I have a lot of projects that I want to do in here. I think when you live in a van, you are always working on something to improve it. At least that's how I feel about it. So there's always some other way to strap something down. And people who have builds, they probably don't have to deal with this, but people with no builds, figuring out new ways to strap things down where things are more accessible, moving things around so that the more frequently used objects are in those locations that you can access more easily, etc. I want to do a big overhaul because I started my van life with things in the bin. And oh, here's my beach chair. I got to put that away. I just got back from the beach, so I haven't put anything away. But as you can see, I have these Rubbermaid bins under my bed, and that's actually what my bed is on. It's just a big thick mattress on top of it. And while I can get to what's in the bin, it's not very convenient. I usually will have to shift this container off. This milk crate is meant to just be a catch-all for anything that I want to store that's currently loose, but I want to get on the road real quick, and my intention is that I then put those things away at night. It also holds my toilet just so that it doesn't roll around while I'm driving, and then I just leave it there because it's like almost like a headboard for my bed. It never bothers me. It's not in my way. I don't feel it or hit it at night. But what I want to do is do a rework of everything that's in my bins, pull out those things that I do want to have more accessible, that I do want to use more frequently, and put away things that I know that I don't want. For instance, I have some spare curtain in this drawer. I'll probably give them away at a meetup. They're shears. I'm not planning on using them. Things like that can certainly go in the bins under my bed. Oh, but what I was saying about this milk crate. So in order to get into my bed more easily in these bins down here, I moved this top milk crate over to this dresser, which is, again, temporary. I'm not planning on keeping it. I'm just thinking that another van lifer might be able to get use out of it because it's in really good shape and holds a lot and is easy to strap down. But I move this milk crate onto the top of here, and then I slide my mattress up onto this black milk crate. It just gives me enough leverage that I can get to some of my bins that are near my battery and under the foot of my bed, and then I can also move the mattress up and make it vertical while I'm lifting each lid under the bins. I actually did it today. I went into each of the bins under my bed today to get my suntan lotion, but I didn't succeed in finding it. So this is why I really need to organize. But my point was, and this is long-winded, and I'm sorry it's long-winded, but my point is that when I'm in the van and just in retirement in general, I default to relaxation, sitting on a beach, reading a book rather than investigating new places. Maybe I just need that temporarily, and maybe I'll have more energy for doing more activities later in my retirement. But my guess is that when you're at home and you're working and you say, if only I was retired, because then I would do this, that, and the other thing. For me, it would be learn and practice guitar, paint acrylics and watercolor, do plein air painting, all these different activities that I think that I would love to do. I have the time now, and I don't feel like doing them. I didn't feel like doing them when I was tired after work, even though I worked from home. I was still tired after work, and I don't feel like doing them now on the road. maybe this will change. I don't know. Stay tuned.